Hi everyone, today I'm looking at the 2020 Advanced Mathematics exam from Caringbah High, and specifically I've been asked to look at question 10, which asks us what is the value of log 2 plus log 4 plus log 8 plus all the way up to log 2 to the power of 2n. And it's the final question in this multiple choice section. So we've got four options here, and ultimately we need to simplify this expression, and hopefully whatever we simplify it to is one of the four options in front of us. And before I jump into doing that, it's probably worth noticing that all of our four options are something multiplied by log 2. So as a strategy, what we want to do is see how we can factor out a log 2 from all of the items in this expression. And we kind of get a hint because the first item naturally is log 2, so that's going to be easy enough to find the log 2 there. The very last item is log 2 to the power of 2n, and so really it's about noticing that every item in between will also be log 2 to the power of something. So log 4 is the same as log 2 squared, and log 8 is log 2 cubed, and so on and so on. So that's really going to be the strategy for simplifying this expression. So what I might do is I'll jump to a notebook, and we'll start doing the work. So as the question noted, we're given log 2 plus log 4 plus log 8 and so on, all the way up to log 2 to the power of 2n. And so what I might do as a first step is just really clearly make that link to how everything in this expression is log 2 to the power of something. So we'll have log 2 to the power of 1 plus log 2 squared plus log 2 cubed and so on. And we're going all the way up to 2n, but that's kind of, maybe you're not used to seeing that. You're used to just seeing things go up to n, but actually there is a log 2 to the power of n somewhere in here, and then it'll be log 2 to the power of n plus 1 and so on, all the way up to log 2 to the power of n plus n, which is in essence 2n. So that's kind of the expression, and hopefully if you're comfortable with your log laws, you know that when you have log something to the power of something, that power, that exponent, you can bring out to the front. So this is really 1 times log 2 plus 2 times log 2 plus 3 times log 2 and so on. And then we'll have our n log 2, and we'll keep going. And finally we'll have our 2n log 2. And so there we get to see how we can factor out all of these things that are each being multiplied by log 2. So we'll have 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on, plus n and so on, all the way up to 2n, and all of that is multiplied by log 2. And then I think the key is to notice that what's in the bracket here is an arithmetic progression, and the components of that are, we've got our first term, a, is just 1. We've got our difference, being the difference between each term, again just 1, everything's counting up by 1. And in terms of the number of terms, there's actually 2n terms. So using the sum of an AP formula, we know that the sum is equal to the number of terms divided by 2 times 2a plus the number of terms minus 1 times d. So really we just need to substitute all of these into this generic formula, and then that's how we can simplify what's in the brackets. So if we do that, it can be a bit confusing because we're dealing with 2n terms, so wherever we see n here, we just want to put 2n. So actually it will be 2n on 2 times 2a, and we've got a is equal to 1, so that's just 2 times 1, plus n minus 1d, well, we want to put a 2n wherever we see n, so it's 2n minus 1, and d for us is 1, and that's essentially what's in these brackets, and then that's all multiplied by log 2. And so if we want to simplify this, we can see that the 2 divided by the 2 will cancel so that we end up with an n. And then we've got 2 times 1 is just 2. And then 2n minus 1 times 1 is just plus 2n minus 1, all multiplied by log 2. And so that's going to be n. And then the 2 minus 1 will be just 2 minus 1 is 1, so it'll be 2n plus 1 log 2. And if I jump back to the question that we were looking at, what we just worked out was option D. So the good news is, in simplifying the expression using our mathematical tools, we do end up getting one of the options, so you can be pretty confident that that's probably the right answer. You know, if you go through that process and get something that's none of the options, then you really need to go back and revisit, and possibly you've made a mistake, or you just need to think about it in a different way. But here it's pretty straightforward. We do the simplifying and we get to D being the answer. So yeah, hopefully that all made sense and you're able to follow along. And tick boom.